What's up, buddy, man? Star Bronco at the Frog coming at you with another reaction video. Athletic interest in the building. Go subscribe to them. Get them to 772,000 subscribers. The Club World Cup done kicked off in the United States of America. Bayern Munich done put up DS. 10 goals on Auckland City head. Paris Saint-Germain done beat Atletico Madrid 4-0, 4-0. Both reactions are over on the Patreon. You already know Bronco is covering the Gold Cup in partnership with the Gold Cup and CONCACAF and 41 Magazine. So shout out to all of them. Follow me on all my socials for exclusive behind the scenes and on pitch content. But hey, back to the Club World Cup. Y'all know it's a new format. They changed it to every 4 years now. So it definitely makes it more impactful. I ain't gonna hold you. I think this new Club World Cup format definitely has a little bit more aura, definitely has way more aura than the previous version, and I feel like the world is taking it serious, man. Let me know down in the comments if you're taking this Club World Cup serious or not. How the FIFA Club World Cup could change football forever. Let's see what goes down.
This is, for me, a war on football.
I'm disgusted.
This was the biggest backlash in football history. When the Super League was announced in 2021, fans revolted, governments stepped in, and within 48 hours, the whole idea collapsed.
Hold on, whoa. I'ma let you talk. Athletic interest. I'm not seeing the connect right now between the Super League and the Club World Cup, man. I guess you could say because of money, the primary objective is for money. But hold on, let me let them finish.
While everyone was distracted, one guy was lurking, maybe even taking notes. Now FIFA has launched their own version. But this time, it's not 12 clubs, it's 32, not just Europe.
I don't know if I like that, athletic interest. I don't know if I like that. I don't view this as the super,
world.
I don't view this as a Super League. It is a genuinely interesting concept to see what is the best club in the world. Yes, we know the best club in Europe. It's the whole NBA and World Champions debacle all over again. Like, yes, whoever wins the NBA championship is the best basketball team in the world, but that doesn't make them world champions. Do you agree? Hey, the best club in Europe who wins the Champions League, yes, they are the best club in the world, but technically, they are not world champions because they have not played clubs from all continents. So why not have a tournament with clubs from all continents to really see what it is for PSG to really go out there and prove that they're the best club in the world, man? So I mess with the idea.
FIFA Club World Cup will take place in the US this summer. And while most fans don't even care, this might be one of the smartest power moves in football history. Because the Club World Cup isn't just about another trophy. It's about who really owns football.
Yeah.
Welcome to Athletic Interest.
All right, let's get it. Athletic Interest, like I said, go subscribe to them boys.
But to understand FIFA's master plan, we have to rewind. Back in 1960, the Intercontinental Cup was introduced. It was only a single game between the European and South American Continental Cup winners.
Bro, it's been so many cups and trophies and discontinued cups and trophies. Like, what was that Confederations Cup? What was that? Because I remember United States and Spain that are playing each other. And you remember y'all was mad at me because I reacted to it because the United States of America was the ones who ended Spain's golden generation streak. Spain's little 100-game streak. What was they on? 121-game streak or something like that? That was the United States of America, USA, who ended that streak. And everybody was really mad at me in the comments. I think the video is still up. Boys in the comments, bro, Bronco, who told you to react to this? Who did that? Man, shut the hell up. And put respect on the stars and stripes, boy. My mama. And we just won our game against Trinidad and Tobago 5-0. Y'all better quit playing, man.
Prestigious, but exclusive. Africa, Asia, North America were left out. Plus, it wasn't FIFA's tournament. It was organized by UEFA and CONMEBOL, the governing bodies for Europe and South America. So FIFA, the governing body for world football, got jealous. They wanted something of their own, but it took some time. In 2000, FIFA organized the first ever Club World Cup by uniting teams from all 6 confederations. The tournament took place, Corinthians won, but then
Wow.
it disappeared. Poor planning, low interest, and financial trouble killed it after just one edition. Poor
So
planning,
you telling
low
me
place, Corinthians won, but
the one time they had a Club World Cup, the first time, Corinthians, hold on, let me make sure. I'm pretty sure that's a Brazilian club, right? Corinthians is a Brazilian club. Hold on, let me put it right there. They ended up winning and proving that they are the best team in the whole world. And now boys don't like it. Boys don't mess with it. Oh, it's a friendly trophy anyway. Oh, we didn't try anyway. See how y'all Europeans get, bro.
then it disappeared.
That's how it's gonna
Poor
be if a
planning,
non-European
low
club
interest,
win this year.
And financial trouble killed it after just one edition. Meanwhile, UEFA's Champions League was exploding in popularity and profit.
I
so
bet.
FIFA needed to react. In 2005, they relaunched the Club World Cup. But still, it never quite mattered.
Mickey Mouse,
Fans
look at
saw
that, look at that. Mickey Mouse tournament, complete waste of time. I could really care less who won. Even if Liverpool had won. Look at that, because Liverpool lost. You see how they do? They mad because they team lost. Shout out them poor boys. And this was in 2005. This was after the miracle of Istanbul. Psst. See how y'all get,
But
bro.
as a glorified pre-season tour, clubs barely took it seriously. But FIFA, they never let go of the idea of making it big. And this is where we are now. 2 decades later, the Club World Cup was rebooted again.
Yes,
with
sir.
an even bigger format.
Yes, sir.
32 teams, 8 groups of 4. The 2 best teams advanced to the knockout stages, just like the actual World Cup. It will be held every 4 years and is truly global now. Competing are, simplified, the continental champions and top-ranked clubs from each confederation. Now imagine organizing this. You have to juggle clubs, leagues, confederation, venues, accommodation, travel, logistics. Somewhere out there, FIFA employees are sweating bullets.
Oh, yeah.
Or use the sponsor of today's video.
Hey,
Odoo.
get that
Odoo
money,
is an
athletic
all-in-one
interest.
management. And now back to the Club World Cup. Not allowed are more than 2 clubs per country and teams under shared ownership.
Okay.
And then there's Inter Miami. They got the host nation slot. The MLS
You know
champions
why?
would be the logic choice.
Yeah.
But instead it's Miami.
Messi, Messi. That's why I seen some of that game that they played against Al Ali. I think that, correct me, I'm sorry, forgive me if I'm wrong, that's the Egyptian team, right? I seen that game. Boy, Inter Miami, that whole first half, them boys out there getting, boy, they were getting dominated. It was an entertaining 0-0 draw though, but still, they don't belong to be there. But to be fair, LA Galaxy would have been getting smashed just like them the way they started this season.
The official reason, they were the team with the best regular season record. The
We don't
unofficial
do it like
reason,
that in America.
Messi sells tickets. It's symbolic, because just like Miami, the entire Club World Cup feels a little out of place. But here's the catch. At its core, the Club World Cup isn't even really about football. It's
Really?
part of a much bigger plan. One that is sneaky, controversial, and also kind of genius. And starts with a $1 million question. Why is FIFA still pushing the Club World Cup if it has never been a big success?
Why?
To understand that, first we have to break down FIFA's financial model. So far, it heavily depends on the sale of television, marketing and licensing rights, plus tickets for the International Men's and Women's World Cup, each of which are only held once every 4 years. Meanwhile, club football is
Makes
a
sense.
weekly money machine.
Makes sense. Hey, it makes perfect sense. I never thought about that the only time that they make money is during the World Cup. So is the Euros? The Euros is UEFA. Damn. So how do they be getting that guap? I don't know why I thought FIFA was more involved in that. And then, is that why they ain't got enough money for the EA license? That's why they lost the FIFA games. That's why it's called EAFC now. Hey, maybe the Club World Cup can get them their money to get their FIFA name back,
But
man.
it's controlled by others. CONMEBOL has Libertadores, but first and foremost, UEFA has the championship.
Champion.
That's a lot of money and power outside FIFA's hands. But FIFA wants more money and more power, and therefore they need more control over club football. And the Club World Cup works like a Trojan horse. It's FIFA's own global club competition.
Yeah.
Independent from UEFA's ecosystem, and therefore their chance to enter the club football economy and shift power away from UEFA. But that's not all.
I mean,
FIFA needs more.
Bro, it don't necessarily shift power from UEFA because UEFA is only Europe. FIFA is everywhere.
In a new format, they need a story. And here it is, inclusion. For FIFA, it's the perfect narrative. They are not just growing
I
the
love
game.
that.
They are giving everyone a seat at the table.
I love that.
The Club World Cup gives a platform to clubs from Africa, Asia, and America, who are locked out of UEFA's elite money pool. For these clubs, the Club World Cup isn't just a tournament. It's a shot at global exposure and prize money they've never seen before, while FIFA is increasing its influence in developing football markets, where UEFA has none. But to actually pull this off, FIFA also needs distribution. That's where their secret weapon comes into play. FIFA announced that DAZN will be the broadcasting home of the Club World Cup, streaming all 63 games for free.
Wow! Oh, well, yeah, because you got to buy the DAZN subscription. But, hey, I ain't know. Hold on. Whoa. So you're saying I can go on the DAZN website right now, the next Club World Cup game that come on, and watch that whole no sign up, no nothing. That's what you're telling me. I don't know about that. Somebody let me know in the comments.
Making it the most accessible club football tournament ever. What the Champions League is clearly not. For DAZN, the Club World Cup is welcoming off-season content, helping to maintain viewer engagement during summer. And for FIFA, DAZN isn't just a broadcaster. They are part of a strategic triangle. Let's connect the dots. Reportedly, DAZN paid $1 billion for the rights.
$1 billion?
And somehow, right before the deal was made, Saudi Arabia invested in DAZN for $1 billion.
Oh, Saudi.
The prize pool at the Club World Cup, $1 billion. Totally unrelated, of course. Also the fact that Saudi Arabia got the FIFA World Cup in 2034. This sequence of events is not random, but rather suggests a strategic approach. Right?
That Saudi money is different, bro. Them Saudi Arabian boys got their hands in everywhere, man.
Now, the UEFA Champions League is still the undisputed king of club football. Yeah. And FIFA's Club World Cup is the boldest attempt yet to challenge that dominance. And by securing Saudi investment and partnering with DAZN, FIFA is creating a structure that they believe could dethrone UEFA in the long run. And UEFA, they know that they are getting attacked, but their hands are tied. Because top European clubs are making lots of money from the new Club World Cup. And UEFA needs those clubs to stay loyal or risk another Super League threat. If FIFA's master plan turns out to be successful, it could reshape global club football economics. But will it succeed? Well, it's complicated.
Really?
On paper, the new Club World Cup sounds promising. Fresh, never seen before matchups between some of the biggest clubs in the world on free TV. Plus the United States, with its modern stadiums, enthusiastic fans, and growing interest in the soccer way of football, have the potential to be great hosts. But beneath the surface, there are also a whole lot of problems. First, player health. Summer is usually the only real break top-level players get nowadays. At least if they are not playing for the national team. Now, adding another tournament basically means there's zero off-season for some players.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. That's why Christian Pulisic ended up sitting out, even though it wasn't the Club World Cup. He sat out of the Gold Cup. But, I mean, these players really don't. Is that light bothering y'all? Do I need to turn that light off? Maybe I'll do it next video. Was this light always in my video? I ain't gonna move it. It's too late for all that, but... Damn, hold on. I'm gonna move it next video, but yeah.
Take Federico Valverde. Up until April 1st, he has made 43 back-to-back appearances with less than 5 days of recovery in between. Because of the Club World Cup, he could reach 65 back-to-back appearances, racking up close to 7,000 minutes and 78 total games. That's almost double the average workload.
It's a good thing.
The additional stress due to all the traveling. Franz Beckenbauer used to say that playing is better than training. But guess what? The Kaiser never had to grind through 70-plus games a year.
Thanks.
The mental and physical burnout is real. Managers are concerned. This football's union started legal action against FIFA.
Legal action?
De Bruyne summed up that the new Club World Cup shows that money speaks louder than the players' voices.
Now when it comes to the Club World Cup, yes, I do agree with them having to play too many damn games, because like I always say, and I speak out for these players, and I got these players' best interest at heart. Let these dudes enjoy their offseason. That's kind of why I was low-key on Christian Pulisic's side when he said that he wasn't going to play in the Gold Cup. But then it kept going. He talking about some, I can play in the friendlies, but I'm not going to play. What's the point of playing in the friendlies if you ain't bro, that's a conversation for another day.
This brings us to the second problem. More
Money.
games mean more cash for FIFA and for the participating clubs. A win-win situation, right? It's not that easy. First, because the $1 billion prize money isn't distributed evenly. Europe is sending 12 clubs, more than any other continent. And those clubs are expected to dominate, like in past editions. So the lion's share is likely going to European clubs.
Damn.
But it doesn't stop there. Within Europe, the prize money leads to even more problems. Let's travel to Munich. Bayern are by far the wealthiest and most successful club in Germany.
Okay.
By competing in the Club World Cup, they will get $28 million just for showing up. And up to $126 million if they win. In just 4 weeks. That's way more than all of the Bundesliga team's entire season.
And then oh hell yeah, and then they go get that much more of a bump in the Bundes that they already have. But hey, it's their problem. We been knew Bundesliga was Farmers League outside of last year. Shout out Leverkusen and Xabi Alonso now.
Revenue. So rich clubs get richer, the financial gap grows, and competitive balance in domestic leagues
But it's always been
suffers.
like that though.
Farmers leagues aren't just a meme. They can be the consequence. And that brings us to problem number 3.
Too much
football. There are
football.
just too many games with too little relevance. Especially when the leagues are decided in like March. Take a look at the NFL. A lot of its thrill is due to the fact that there are only 17 matches in the regular season. Blink and it's over. Every match is high stakes. And every win is important. Therefore, you won't want to miss a single game.
Like I said, the football season, NFL season ends before the footy season ends, and it starts after the footy season starts. After they just ended, after the NFL, bro.
In football,
it's
you
because
can't
it's so
even
brutal.
keep up with all the national and international competitions
That's
anymore.
facts, bro.
This summer alone, the
Hey,
Club
go
World
Cup.
Cup will be up against 3 other major football tournaments. So the question is not if there is football to watch. The question is rather, what competition is worth watching? And ultimately, is the Club World Cup worth watching? Ticket sales as of now suggest maybe not. To make people buy more tickets, FIFA started offering creative incentives.
To be fair, it's because it is in America, and like I said, football isn't really a premier primetime sport here in America just yet. So I feel like if it was in another country, I feel like it would be selling tickets.
Here's the deal. If you buy and attend 2 Club World Cup matches, FIFA will guarantee you a ticket for a highly demanded 2026 World Cup game. If you buy 20 tickets for the Club World Cup, you'll be guaranteed a ticket to the 2026 World Cup final. For an extra fee on top, of course.
What?
While it can be seen as
I'm trying to do the math in my head. I am trying to do the math in my head. 20 tickets. Not including travel and whatnot, bro. That's way more than a World Cup final ticket, I feel like. Especially if it's in a stadium like MetLife, they can hold can MetLife hold 100,000? I don't know, but yeah, bro.
As smart marketing, it fits the bigger picture. In theory, the Club World Cup can be a global football spectacle. But in practice, it also creates many problems. Maybe even more than it pretends to solve. Sepp Blatter once called the idea of a Club World Cup a mistake.
Hilarious.
And even right
That
now,
was
it
making
still
it rain
could turn
on
out to be one. Therefore, it's easy to compare the Club World Cup with the failed Super League attempt from 2021. But this time, there is no earth-shattering backlash.
Yeah.
No fan revolt.
Because it's actually
no
a good
government
idea.
intervention. Because this time, it's not a breakaway by clubs. It's FIFA making the move from the top down. FIFA frames it as inclusion and growth of the game.
Yeah.
And it's partly shown in the Club World Cup. Football belongs to the people in London, Barcelona, Paris and Milan as much as to people in Casablanca, Auckland, Riyadh, Tunis and Pretoria.
Yeah.
But it also shows
What
that
about
at most it
America,
belongs to
baby?
the suits in Zurich.
Oh, damn. Hey, athletic interest. Let me know down in the comments, do you agree with the point that they was trying to make when it comes to money and whatnot, what they were saying is basically like another version of the Super League in terms of FIFA just trying to make their money. But me personally, I feel like the disconnect with me and what they trying to say is because of the fact that the Club World Cup is actually a good ass idea. Maybe because I live outside of Europe and I don't have that European superiority complex and I like to see the whole world compete at something. But I mean, yeah, I don't really agree with athletic interest in this video. But it was still an interesting one. It was an interesting watch. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Like I said, I'm gonna try my best to watch as many Club World Cup games as I can. Like I said, PSG Athletic reaction is on Patreon. Bayern Auckland City reaction is on Patreon. All my Club World Cup reactions will be on Patreon unless I find a bootleg version to react to. Hey, like I said, follow Bronco on Instagram and TikTok. We are with the United States men's national team for all of the Gold Cup games, man. Follow me. Mwah! For Gold Cup access. I'm out.